What happens when magnetic north and true north align? This is on Geology In from The Conversation. The lines of Earth's magnetic field come vertically out of the Earth at the south magnetic pole and go vertically down into the Earth at the north magnetic pole. At some point in recent weeks, a once-in-a-lifetime event happened for people at Greenwich in the United Kingdom. Magnetic compasses at the historic London area, known as the home of the Prime Meridian, were said to have pointed directly at the North Geographic Pole for the first time in 360 years. This means that for someone at Greenwich, magnetic north, the direction in which the compass needle points, would have been in exact alignment with geographic north. Geographic north, also known as true north, is the direction towards the fixed point we call the North Pole. Magnetic north is the direction towards the North Magnetic Pole, which is a wandering point where the Earth's magnetic field goes vertically down into the planet. The North Magnetic Pole is currently about 400 kilometers south of the North Geographic Pole, but can move to about 1,000 kilometers away. How do the norths align? Magnetic north and geographic north align when the so-called angle of declination, the difference between the two norths at a particular location, is zero. Declination is the angle in the horizontal plane between magnetic north and geographic north, and it changes with time and geographic location. On the map of the Earth, lines along which there is zero declination are called agonic lines. Agonic lines follow variable paths depending on the time variation of the Earth's magnetic field. Currently, zero declination is occurring in some parts of Western Australia and will likely move westward in coming years. That said, it's hard to predict exactly when an area will have zero declination. That is because the rate of change is slow and current models of the Earth's magnetic field only cover a few years and are updated at roughly 5-year intervals. At some locations, alignment between magnetic north and geographic north is very unlikely at any time, based on predictions. The ever-changing magnetic poles, most compasses point towards Earth's north magnetic pole, which is usually in a different place to the north geographic pole. The location of the magnetic poles is constantly changing. Earth's magnetic poles exist because of its magnetic field, which is produced by electric currents in the liquid part of its core. This magnetic field is defined by intensity and two angles, inclination and declination. The relationship between geographic location and declination is something people using magnetic compasses have to consider. Declination is a reason a compass reading for the north is one location is different to the reading for north in another location, especially if there's considerable distance between both locations. Bushwalkers have to be mindful of declination. In Perth, declination is currently close to zero, but in eastern Australia it can be up to 12%. This difference can be significant. If a bushwalker following a magnetic compass disregards the local value of declination, they may walk into the wrong direction. The polarity of Earth's magnetic poles has also changed over time and has undergone pole reversals. And this was significant as we learned more about plate tectonics in the 1960s because it linked the idea of seafloor spreading from mid-ocean ridges to magnetic pole reversals. Geographic north, perhaps the more straightforward of the two, is a direction that points straight at the North Pole from any location on Earth. When flying an aircraft from A to B, we use directions based on geographic north. This is because we have accurate geographic locations for places we need to follow precise routes between them, usually trying to minimize fuel by taking the shortest route. All GPS navigation uses geographic location. Geographic coordinates, latitude and longitude, are defined relative to Earth's spheroidal shape. The geographic poles are at latitudes of 90 degrees north, that is North Pole, 90 degrees south, South Pole, whereas the equator is at 0. An alignment at Greenwich for hundreds of years, declination at Greenwich was negative, meaning compass needles were pointing west of true north. At the time of writing this article, I used an online calculator to discover that at the Greenwich Observatory, the Earth's magnetic field currently has declination just above zero at plus 0.011 degrees. The average rate of change in the area is about 0.19 degrees per year, which at Greenwich's latitude represents about 20 kilometers per year. This means next year, locations about 20 kilometers west of Greenwich will have zero declination. It's impossible to say how long compasses at Greenwich will now point east of true north. Regardless, an alignment after 360 years at the home of the prime meridian is undoubtedly a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence. This article is from The Conversation and is published under Creative Commons. It's on Geology In. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.